We all know what the main things that landlords are interested in. They want to reduce tenant complaints, they want to reduce vacancy, and they want something that's easy to maintain. And the good news is that heat pumps are perfect for those. The two main things that tenants complain about in housing is around HVAC systems are the cost of the system and then the comfort of the system. And heat pumps are a wonderful solution for that. Heat pumps are the best technology to provide a super comfortable and also consistent living environment with really good indoor air quality. And because they're super efficient, they can also help out with utility bills. And those are the two things that are going to be some of the biggest things to help with vacancy as well. Some of the main reasons that people move out of rental housing is because they can't afford to live in that housing, and they are not comfortable in that housing. And putting in a heat pump will address two of the biggest issues with vacancy, which is some of the largest things that landlords deal with lost costs. The third reason why heat pumps are great for rental housing and that landlords should put them in is because they're easy to maintain and maintenance costs are a big issue for landlords. And instead of having two different systems, your air conditioning system and your heating system, you have all of it in just one system. So it's much easier to maintain. And because they don't ramp up and down all the time to be able to heat and cool, but they provide a consistent heating or cooling, then there's less breakdown with heat pumps compared to other HVAC systems. For a limited time, landlords are able to access federal tax credits and rebates. And so it's a perfect time right now for landlords to upgrade their HVAC systems with heat pumps. Heat pumps, they're just better technology. Comfort, cost, convenience, it's a no-brainer. Right now, federal tax credits can play a big role in reducing the cost of putting in an HVAC system if you choose a heat pump. And these highly efficient HVAC systems are eligible for a really rich tax credit from the federal government, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act. The main thing that contractors want to do is to be able to look at the 25C tax credit within the tax code to be able to see if the systems that you're looking at are eligible so that you can include that in your pitch to the landlord. The IRS has a wonderful fact sheet about the 25C tax credit that can let you know which technologies are eligible for that tax credit. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to hand to your landlord client to be able to convince them that not only is this a good technology to put in, but they're going to be saving money by putting it in.
So I think there's a few ways to get the landlord to upgrade to higher efficient HVAC. And I think one of the most important topics here is to differentiate yourself. As we drive around and we see multifamily, apartments being built, what seems like on every street corner nowadays, how can you differentiate your facility from others? So I think, we do a lot of consumer research, a lot. And what we found out is nowadays, people want to be more comfortable than they've ever been. They're less tolerant to being uncomfortable. So that being said, I think they're willing to pay a premium for comfort. And we found that out through COVID as well. When they're at home more often, like a Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. in July, and they get uncomfortable, they're less tolerant to that. So that being said, what we've learned is people will pay a premium for higher efficient equipment that not only will make them more comfortable, but will also potentially lower their utility costs as well. So since the clients are responsible or the tenants are responsible for their own utility bills, why not make them more comfortable, but at the same time, lowering the utility bills through high efficient equipment? And then to me, that's a win-win. And I think a very, very good way to get the folks into your multifamily complex above and beyond others.
So one of the most important questions that we get asked a lot is how do we convince our landlords to upgrade our HVAC system? Upgrading an HVAC system can seem like a daunting task at first, but the long-term benefits outweigh the initial cost. Traditional HVAC systems often rely on outdated technologies and don't provide adequate conditioning. They usually take care of the set point that the tenant is set at and does not care about what the humidity is or what the air quality is. And which can traditionally lead to a lot of discomfort and inefficiency. But on the other hand, modern HVAC systems incorporate advanced technologies and enhanced energy efficiency, not to just to get to the set point, but also take care of additional conditioning, like taking control of the humidity and also taking control of the air quality. Newer technologies like low ambient heat pumps even provide high quality heat efficiently down to minus 22 Fahrenheit ambient temperatures. That amounts to a lot of energy savings and money savings when it comes to the tenant as well as the landlord. Uh, there are more cost-effective options if people don't want to change the whole system. You can just do a high side change out where you just upgrade your outdoor unit, which is the heart of the HVAC system. You can just change the outdoor unit to a much more efficient inverter-driven technology, which kind of modulates as per the requirement of the tenant. That also uh, 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 takes care of a lot of that savings that we just talked about, and even more smaller changes like just changing the thermostat to a smart thermostat can help optimize that system better and thus further reducing the amount of energy spent on HVAC. These upgrades are not only will lead to financial savings, but also improve the overall quality and satisfaction of the tenants and the landlords. In the long run, these improvements can increase the property value and appeal, making it a worthwhile investment for any landlords.